Good. We have a little something going on with the hotel. It's weird. We go in, all the drawers open, there's a hoodie, but hey, look at this view. Steiner right there. I think they think there's like ghosts in here. Yeah, there's a little complication with the hotel room. No ghosts, no ghosts, no ghosts. This is like a movie scene, regardless of however you frame the video, just like straight up from a movie. We're about to cross that bridge to Sanibel. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I've been saying it that way the whole time. The reason we are here for a week is for Leon to attend the Sanibel Seaside School.
Party time.
We're not going to party time, Nina. It's Sanibel Island time. This bridge we cross 4 times a day. Our Airbnb is at Fort Myers. One thing that I did not count on is that each time you cross this bridge is $6.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thanks to Telegram, Jim, a Reef sensei, he recommended this seaside school. And I think it's going to be a core memory for Leon. Whoa. Yeah, people are fouling out. Fantastic week. And of course we found ourselves at the shell store, and they are looking at the pufferfish skeleton section. They've been spending a lot of time there. I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, now they're looking at the nautilus section. It's like 70 bucks per shell. I don't like where this is going. And now they're going back in with my wallet in hand. I think Mom is trying desperately to break. Oh yeah, successful. Well done, Mom. Well done. We are at Turner Point's beach, thanks to my Reef Sensei's tip. Absolutely gorgeous beach. Oh, and Nina picked up a habit of throwing sand. My goodness. Look at this. Yikes. She's not gonna follow. Oh, she is following. It's like stepping on Legos. No. Okay. Hey, what's up, Reefers? We are in the Fort Myers, Cape Coral to be exact, area. And I pinged on Instagram asking what is a good local fish store to check out. It was unanimous. Seven Seas Aquatics. And it looks like they got a truck here. They're loading up. I think they're getting ready to do some service. But we're gonna go in and check it out real quick. We also gotta be quick because my son is at Sanibel Sea School right now. We gotta pick him up in less than 1 hour. So it'll be a quick walkthrough, and we'll try to track someone down to do a quick check. I was not expecting this when I first entered. This is like a lounge. And right off the bat, we see this little guy right here, PNW Custom. These little mini tanks has been making waves. Looks like we got some stickers here too. And if we swing over to the other side, we got a bar. And I was told that cookies, complimentary, drinks, surprisingly complimentary as well. And I joked that it's a smart move on there. And walking around, we got the dry goods. Really nice collection of stuff. Great to see Reef Nutrition in stock as well. Price listed like this. We got some of these controller boards, and I'll see what they have in terms of dry goods. Of course, Ecotex. We got Sea Camp stuff. Looking at the dry good collection, these are well thought out because most of these are what at least the hobbyists I know use. For example, I'm surprised they have this on display because this is not like a super popular thing, not like an in thing, but I live by Prime Reef as well. And of course, we got Nina here as well exploring. And over here, Frozen's. We got a nice lounge area that Emily is appreciating. Nina's appreciating as well. And what's over here? Are we supposed to come back here? Oh, look at this. All right, so this is one of the inboard tank that they have. I especially love this pair of rabbitfish right here. I thought about keeping one of these guys, but I know that these guys get big, so I did not. But awesome to see them in the flesh, and they actually have a pair, which is amazing. All right, over here we got some displays for tank that they sell. Looks like this section is more the nanos, which makes sense. With nano tank can display more, right? And we got some Apex stuff. But yeah, the whole vibe of the store is just chill, lounge. And we got 2 bars. Pushway to go into the coral sections. And upon entering on the right side, check this out. Nice cylinder tank filled with rose bubble anemones, and we got a big eel inside it. I'm surprised it's like flame angel and fox face and stuff doing well with all these anemones. They're probably like, oh, but the clownfish are loving it. I have not really go in and look at the corals yet, but just look at the amounts. Look at the amount of stock tanks here. Amazing. And this is really nice too. This also caught my eye really quick. Reef tank is kind of like our piece, and it's displayed as such, especially in the lounge condition. It fit in perfectly. I love this. We also got some arts. UV reef arts on the wall. It's one thing that I did not really get into as much, simply because I feel like the focus should be on the reef tank, not so much next to it, but of course they have their place as well, and they absolutely look gorgeous under UV lights. So this is Brandon, owner of the place. Brandon, nice to meet you.
How are you?
This is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Can I ask you some basic question about the store?
Of course, please.
How long have you guys been here?
So I have been in this location since 2020. We officially opened up in 2021. It took us about 6 months of building the store out to be able to open.
What is the concept? Because this store looks different from pretty much all the other stores I've been to.
Yeah, so the concept is being inviting. I want people to come in and feel at home. You know, I think the stipulation for saltwater aquarium stores is the opposite of what this store is. So we want to break the mold and be different, you know. And I want people to come in here and get excited about the hobby, and convince people that this is something that they actually want in their home. You know, and no better way to do it is by presenting the store the way it should be.
How long have you been in the hobby?
I'd say 2010 was probably my first aquarium. I've been in the pet industry, however, since I was 13. You know, so we incorporated in 2018. Before that, I was with our sister company, which is Discount Pet Supplies. They've kind of helped bring my ideas into fruition. And yeah, so I've been around it. I love it. I scuba dive. So
nice.
This is just an extension of how I am.
People walking through the door, are they mostly beginners or experienced hobbyists? Is there like, or is it like a mix?
I think Southwest Florida's market for saltwater aquariums is broad. We definitely have a large majority of beginners, or even like freshwater people that just want to come in and look to see if that's something that they even want to do. We also do have a vast majority of experienced hobbyists, to say the least. We have people traveling all over the place coming here, and we definitely meet a lot of different clientele.
Do you host a lot of events here because of space? It looks really inviting.
So we have done quite a few events here, not as of recent, but we had grand openings, we had our anniversaries here. Whenever we do our big sales on the weekends and things like that, it does get pretty busy and it gets fun. You know, we have a bar here, so people tend to hang out and converse and talk Reef or talk shop, so they say. So that's kind of what we want.
One final question is that, okay, let's say like a beginner hobbyist come in, they got inspired, they look at a pretty poster outside, they walked in, they saw all these, right? How would you advise him, like, or her? Like, what would you say is the best setup for a first-time reefer?
I think the best setup for a first-time reefer is being realistic on their budget. And I think finding the aquarium that suits best that budget without compromising filtration or lighting is ultimately our goal. And so if someone comes in with a $500 budget, I think we can cater an aquarium around that, you know. So most time, new aquarium hobbyists, the small all-in-one, are great. You know, the Red Sea Max Nanos are a great aquarium. Fluvels, the 13.5 Evos, that's another great small aquarium. I think people would get excited about having something like that in their homes.
I am curious, because you mentioned a $500 aquarium.
Yeah.
How would you build it? Like, what would you actually use?
So an all-in-one aquarium, I think if you go with like an Innovative Marine, like the 15-gallon Innovative Marine would be great. You couple that with a Hydra Prime aquarium light, and then filtration system, doing a little nano skimmer would be an ideal setup. You know, substrates, we use a lot of the Carib Sea products, and they just came out with the new nano reefscapes, so something like that to be able to couple all that together and bundle up into a really cool little tank.
Solid choices. All right, well, I'm gonna ping someone out to people as well, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
These looks like some easier to keep SPS. We got some, oh, nice feather duster. These are kind of in between the big feather duster and the small ones. These are nice. These look natural, actually. This is cool. If I could bring these home, I would definitely buy some of these. I love these. Can't really see from top down because of the water motions, but this tank is deep enough that you can get like a top-down view, right? Look at this. What was this, 18, 20 inch? So you can still get like a good top-down view because sometimes when the frag tank is too low, you can't see what it looks like on the top. And when you go up here, you get this issue, and people have to give you those top-down viewer. But this is great. This is actually a nice height. All right, here we got Joshua. I'm curious, what are your favorite corals, given that you see so many corals every day?
Yeah, so for me, I just got back into the hobby, and I think an underrated coral that I very much so appreciate would be any of your soft corals. So your yellow Fiji leathers, your whipping willows, zoas, zinnias, all of those things. I think it's something to be appreciated with simplicity. I think a lot of the movement that you can get from your higher end euphyllias, Gonapora, I think leathers and all that type of stuff, gorgonians, I think that all can play just as well, especially in a nice small size to even large size aquarium.
I'm absolutely on board with that. How about the local hobbyists coming in? Do you see them like kind of more drawn to a certain type of corals here, or?
Yeah, I think a lot of beginning people are fascinated with your zoanthids, your zinnias, just because they're simplistic, the pulsating that they can offer as well. And then they also get into the euphyllias, just as everyone else is right now, the movement. It's very beautiful, and I think that's something that most hobbyists get into.
Awesome, thank you so much for the insights.
Of course.
Every Pokemon trainer dreams of that one mythical catch. Mine? She's out there somewhere. But to find her, I'll need more than luck. I'll need a partner I can trust. Let's ride. This is the TST 20-inch cargo electric bike. Sleek, turns head, and built for the long haul. With a 60-mile max range, it's my tickets to chasing adventure and maybe a few rare spawns. Under the hood, a 1300 watt peak motor, enough torque to climb hills without breaking a sweat or even paddling if I'm feeling like a real cheat code. Sometimes the hunt pays off. A clean throw, sort of. A perfect catch, maybe. Yes! Then it's back on the road because the journey never stops. Wild Pidgey Swarm, target acquired, max speeds 28 miles an hour. Though I've only hit 24 so far, guess I'm saving my top speed for something truly legendary. What's this? Let's take a look. Is it a Pokeball? Nah, not every find is a win. But with 450 pounds of max load, cargo rack, and running boards, this bike's carried everything from groceries to my kids. And there she is, the one I've been searching for. Quest complete, partner secured, and thanks to my TST, the adventure always just one ride away.
Alright, so here we got Heather, one of the brains of the operations here. First question that a lot of people is going to ask is like, what are the general parameters and what salt you use for all the systems here? Let's go with salt first. What type of salt do you guys normally do?
So here we're going to use the Fritz Blue Box. We like it a lot. It's got great blanket parameters to keep everything happy here.
And do you guys ever experiment with other salts, or are you guys just sticking to Blue Box because it works?
It works really well, so we're going to stick with it. It's also really easy to get our hands on it, so we don't have to worry about ever trying to track it down.
Got it. And on top of that, of course, we're also going to ask you about the, let's say, like alkalinity, calcium, magnesium. Is there certain levels you guys are trying to hit? Certain numbers?
Absolutely. So we try not to exceed too much past 9.5, even with the highlighting, just because we like to keep everything nice and balanced here. So about 440 on the calcium and 9 for alk is great. We test every day with the Hannah at the end of the day, so we've got it dialed into pretty much a decimal. And we understand our systems really well. They are definitely not identical. Each system has its own individual characteristics and definitely their own consumption rate. So we have a little log that we use in the back that actually tracks everything, and we go back for months with that. So we can actually see exactly what was dosed in each system and who did it.
And are you guys leveraging any auto testing or just doing manual right now?
We have the Apex system in the back, just the ones to monitor basic things like pH, ORP, temperature, and salinity, just to kind of keep a good eye on those so we can track those on the iPad. But for the most part, everything's done by hand. That way we can just really make sure that it's all done right, no room for error.
And have you experimented with any trace element dosing, or you guys are just not messing with that at the moment?
So right now we're just really big on nutrition. We do a lot of water changes with the fritz, and we do a lot of like benefits and other things like amino acids through Red Sea A and B plus and fuel and other things like that. So we like to kind of give them their trace elements through that way.
Got it. Just kind of keep it simple, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if everything works.
Nitrates is a big deal for us, though. We're kind of sticklers about keeping it a little higher than typically told. We
Yeah.
like to keep them at least above 5, and if they're ever below that, we're going to be manually dosing that with the nitrate. We really like the nitrogen right now by Seachem. That's what we've been using a lot of, and it definitely helps keep the systems a lot perkier with that going in there.
How about phosphate, since we mentioned nitrate? What are you guys targeting?
So phosphates, we like to kind of just let the tank balance itself as long as everything is happy in the tank. So we really try to avoid chemical means of removal. If we have a phosphate issue in the tank, we'll do a very nice gravel vacuum in the tank, kind of up the filter floss removal, and just turn the skimmers up. So just kind of natural removal when it comes to the phosphates.
Now, I see you guys have a big van outside. Do you do a lot of services as well?
Absolutely. So our boss, Brandon, he's always on the road installing tanks, cleaning tanks, and just overall helping everybody out with what they have at home.
And I assume the methodology is similar to what you do in store, right?
Absolutely. So we take care of the tanks like they're our own, 100%. So we're making sure that everything is perfectly how it should be when you get home and see your tank.
Awesome. Now, speaking of tank, I keep seeing this. This is like one of the first tank I see walking in. Tell me a little bit about this little guy right here.
So this tank is definitely a focal point of the store. Everybody loves to check it out while they're here and checking out, and even the guests of people that are accompanying the clients here love to see it. A lot of people joke that this is the perfect tank size for them, but I do let them know that I disagree. This tank here is probably one of the more delicate and difficult tanks to care for, only just because it does change every single day. So if we're not topping it off, then things can change like salinity, but for the most part, what the most important thing is going to be temperature. So keeping the temperature right in here is definitely important, and that's by topping
what do you
off.
have?
So if the water level goes low, before the salinity hurts the corals, it's the temperature of the pump running that'll do it.
Okay.
So originally this tank was made by PNW, but we did a couple modifications. After years of use, the light didn't no longer wanted to operate for us, so we put on a Reef breeder's light, and it seems to make all the corals in there just as happy. We upgraded the pump so that it'd be a little bit faster, so there's a little C-shaped pump in there.
Nice.
And for this tank, I do water exchanges. I don't want to say water change, because what I do is pick my favorite system from the other room, and that fluctuates monthly. It could be something different each time. And sometimes I'll even like to grab a little bit of water from each system just to diversify the bacteria that's in there. So I'll pick my favorite tank, and what I do is actually hold it over the sink and kind of pour it out, but I always leave the sand, and then I just rinse it out with salt water. And I just keep the sand in there, and I just kind of rinse it. I try to preserve my little amphipods and bristleworms and spaghetti worms that live in there. I have all kinds of fun running around the room, finding random little creatures and sea bunnies. As you see in here, we have some carnivorous whelks.
Yep.
Those guys are coral predators, and I also sometimes will have an astray and a starfish in there, and a couple other things. These little anemones, they're Mahano anemones, so
they
otherwise
are, okay.
trash. But in here, they're safe. There is a rose bubble in there, but these little green
The
ones
green
are
ones,
the
right?
Mahanos.
Yeah.
So even though someone else would have tossed them out, you know, they're art here, and so is the little feather duster that just grows naturally here.
Yeah, it is so nice. And how long has this little tank been up and running for?
We got this tank at Aquashella 2023, I believe. Was
so
it
2 years.
2023 or 2022?
I think 22.
2022, so it has been running for about 3 years now. It's definitely gone through different phases. I was even able to keep a Goniopora polyp alive in there for a couple months, so it definitely goes through its little phases.
I bet you a lot of people come in and be like, oh, I want something just like this.
Yeah, and I have to remind them that these ones require that parent, I think, in my opinion anyway, because I think it would be very difficult for me to keep it without having
Without
those
a big
tanks
tank,
over there
right? Like a big
as
tank
my
to kind of-
crutch to replenish all of that good bacteria.
And how often do you do a water exchange?
About every 2 to 3 weeks. This tank can sustain itself for 2 weeks for sure.
Oh, this is so nice.
Thank you.
And
We
what
worked
kind of-
really hard on it.
What light is this again?
So
Reef
this
breeder,
is
say?
the Reef Breeders Pico.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious because I feel like a lot of people may have system like this, and they may look for different ways to kind of enhance it a little bit. So it sounds like you exchange the light and also the pump, something a little bit more powerful, right?
Yep, the pump. And then also my dad built this stand for us because I was having the issue when I upgraded this light. As you can see here, it requires it to be put onto something.
I see.
So I made something out of a zip tie, and I sent my dad a photo of it, and I said, can you build me something that will fix this problem? And this is what he came up with for me. So it's like triple lacquered and it's saltwater safe, so it's going to last a really long time. And it really elevates the look of the tank.
Yeah, this definitely puts it at a different level. This
A lot of people
excellent.
ask about it.
So nice. Yeah, recently there's a person, well, 2 people now that bring these tanks around. They look fantastic.
yes.
Even have all the probes and stuff in the back. So people are starting to kind of enhance these tanks. So it's always interesting to see how things goes. But like you say, usually probably best if you have a parent, quote unquote, parent tank to help maintain
I'll
the.
piggyback the parameters of it.
Yeah, it is so amazing. Well, thank you so much, Heather. And yes,
anytime.
yeah, absolutely beautiful store as well. Probably one of the nicest ones I've been to be honest.
Oh, we're
Very
so
nice.
happy that you visited us.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is a wild card. We are visiting the National Shell Museum and Aquarium. Of course. First stop, the reef tank. Was not expecting reef tanks here, but this is nice. I like the fact that you don't see the top of the wall.
Firefish.
What's he eating?
No, he's digging tunnel, I think.
No, he's eating.
Oh, he's eating?
Eating on them.
I guess. Oh, look at
Daddy,
the.
firefish.
You are right. You get firefish. Look at all these frog spawn and hammers. I think these are all frog spawn. Ah, good taste. The rest of clam. We got this.
Where's the frog thingy?
Frog spawn. That's these corals right here. But look at this guy right here. That's a clam we got. And it looks like they kind of reserved the whole space for it, which is nice. Look at the guy. Look at that guy. It's Engineer Goby.
Could I see?
Yeah, you see it? Right there. It looks like an eel, right? But it's a goby. What is this guy?
See, please touch.
Okay, it does say please touch. So it'll be shiny and smooth. Whoa! Oh, okay, that's interesting actually. Because I don't know what they eat actually. That's one. And these are all photosynthetic gorgonian, it looks like. Okay, look at this one.
Daddy, there's a snail.
Yeah, it looks like there are a lot of whelk. Well, what kind of fish are these? Nina's in there. Alright, I gotta go check it out. What's inside like?
Where did they caught this anyways then?
I don't know. Look at this guy. Usually, like when I see giant octopus, just kind of sleep, just hide in corners, stressed out. But this one actually looks out and about and
What?
interactive.
He's tiny.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably solving math equations.
What is it? Invasion.
Try to avoid the wolf.
at
Is he
this.
trying to kill fish?
Well, if you drop a fish in there, I bet you you'd catch it. That is amazing. Look at how the suction cup kind of pop off as it moves. And see in the middle, do you find it?
Flush.
Yeah, no flash. Here's a 2-spot octopus or IMAG. Look at this one. Alright, this one is popular as pet simply because they come out during the daytime as well. So usually octopus may be nocturnal.
Daddy! I can see his face right
You can see him right here?
That's
Yeah,
right.
this is a kind of from a top-down view. Look at this guy, IMAG.
Daddy, come back!
I didn't know that this big. I always thought a little bit smaller. If I were to keep an octopus, it would be a bimac. And it looks like they use clay pots. No, it's on the move. He's on the move. Here we have touch tank, but what's more interesting is if you look at the filtration, they actually use hobby grade stuff as well.
And she'll start squirting water. So if that happens, I'm just warning you because she did just do it like 5 minutes ago.
And we got some
We
abalones.
stressed about here.
Oh, look at that.
She eats 8 restaurant quality clams every week. She has no
It
predators.
looks like Shrek. Yeah, right there. You see that guy? I like how they just kind of immediately plop down on chairs. We got the auditorium going there, and then we got the great hall of shells. Yo, look at this. That's crazy. Phase 1. So it's not completed yet, but it has some display. of shells. Oh wow, okay. Yeah. Hey, where's Mama? Look at these. Look, these are pretty. Oh, you're pretty too. Whoa, these are big. 好靚喎整得。Yeah. Oh wow. We are at the IMAG Science and Technology Museum. Look at this. Just can't find the baby horseshoe crab. They're hiding under the sand. But this one is not hiding right now. It's out and about.
The big one too.
Is that abalone? And there's a fish here.
What kind of
And
fish?
let's look over here.
Yeah,
There's
look
a
at
conch.
this. There's a conch. Oh yeah.
Okay, remember we saw that at the Shell Museum?
Yeah.
And a starfish. Here is a mangrove propagules. Looks like they're growing them in soil, although I'm not sure. They're running a bubbler in the middle. So soil sitting underwater to make sure it's always submerged, but it has some substrate to grow roots into, and then they have a bubbler to keep the water circulated. I'm not sure how salty the water is, so that's one thing I'm gonna ask, whether it's fresh water or brackish or salt water. All right, here is actually larger than I thought. We got a caiman, an alligator, absent at the moment. Yeah? What'd you see? Okay, all right, we're gonna push up. We have Exolado here. We got some shrimps, cherry shrimps. Lots of little things. What's here? Oh, here the dragon.
Where's the dragon?
We get Emily here.
MIB.
Oh my goodness. Here's another little reef tank here. Looks like it's mostly soft corals. And got some mushroom anemone here. So this is a model of a ship that was sunk on purpose in real life, according to this. Let me swing to the other side. Yeah, it is an interesting tank. Look, it bows out like this. Look at that. What is going on? What is going on here? Why? Well, that's one way to do it.
Could I see your bones?
My bone? Okay. You gotta let go though. Oh, never mind. You don't need to.